Good morning, all of you. Today we will start with our third chapter, the cell. We start with our third chapter, the cell. We all know that all living things that exist on earth are made up of cell. Then, in Latin, the meaning of the word cell is a small room. Here, let's move to the cell structure and functions. We know that in our body all the functions are there. All the life possess some functions like digestion, respiration, circulation, excretion, locomotion, immunity, and all these are performed by cells. Then all these activities are performed by the cells. So cell is the structural and functional unit of life. Then what is cell? Cell is the structural and functional unit of life. Then a group of cells become a tissue. Otherwise, a group of cells together called tissue and group of tissues join together to form an organ, and different organs make a whole organism. All these cells, tissues and organs together control the functions of our body. That is the smallest unit, that is cell. Group of cells tissue, group of tissues organ, group of organs organ system, and group of organ system, that is called one organism. That is about the cell. So cell is the structural and functional unit of life. Then moving to the discovery of cells. Robert Hooke in 1665 discovered the cell, discovered tiny room-like structure which he called cell. So Robert Hooke discovered the cell in 1665. Then Antony van Leeuwenhoek discovered the first simple microscope in which he used only one lens for magnification. Then what do you mean by magnification? Magnification means expanding something. That is called a magnification. Later in 1674, Antony van Leeuwenhoek, with the help of improved microscope, discovered free-living cells in pond water for the first time. In 1831, Robert Brown discovered the cell nucleus. In 1839, Purkinje coined the term protoplasm for the fluid present in the cell. Then cell theory. In 1839, Theodor Schwann and Sheldon, all living organisms are composed of one or more cells. The cell is the most basic unit of life. That is about cell theory. In 1855, Rudolf Virchow, all cells arise from pre-existing cells. Then Theodor Schwann and Sheldon about cell theory. All the living organisms are composed of one or more cell. Then cell is the most basic unit of life. In Rudolf Virchow, all cells arise from pre-existing cells. That Rudolf Virchow explained the cell theory by saying all the cells arise from pre-existing cells. Then cell and their numbers. Organisms are classified into two types on the basis of whether they are made of one or more than one cell. That is unicellular and multicellular. Then we know that uni, that means one, multi, more than one, that is unicellular and multicellular organism. Then there are two types of cells, that is unicellular and multicellular. Organisms that are made up of only one type of cell or one single cell that is called a unicellular organism. In this organism, all the functions that is carried out by the single cell. Then they cannot be seen through naked eye. We can use compound microscope to observe these unicellular organisms. Examples: amoeba, paramecium and algae are some example. Then multicellular organism. We know that multi means more than one. That organism that are made up of more than one cell, that is called multicellular organism. And to carry out the essential life process, that having the multicellular organisms have tissues, organ system and their functions also. Examples: that a tree, animal also example of multicellular organism. Here you can see some examples of unicellular organism and here some multicellular organisms examples. And moving to the cell and their shape. Cells have different shapes because they perform different functions. Cells have different shapes, they perform different functions. So, cells can be spherical, oval, cylindrical, amoeboid, spindle and slipper shaped. Here, moving to the spherical. RBCs are biconcave in shape. The shape changes from spherical in a disease that is called hemolytic anemia, and these spherical shape of RBC are known as spherocyte. Then based on the shape, spherical shape, example that is red blood cells RBC. Then cocci bacteria that is seen under the microscope, that is the structure of cocci bacteria is example of spherical type of cells. And moving to the oval shape, in the freshwater green algae that is Chlamydomonas has oval shape and is a unicellular organism. And cylindrical shape, that is Spirogyra, is a green algae and which is multicellular. This is multicellular example, that is Spirogyra. Then irregular shape, we know that this shape is irregular. This is an amoeba. Amoeba has an irregular shape which keep on changing. In human being, the white blood cells have irregular shape, then irregular shape. And spindle shape, the smooth muscles present in our muscle are smooth spindle shape. That means to end is smoother. Then the smooth muscle cells present in our muscles are spindle shape. The shape allow these cells to contract and relax easily. That both end of the cells are tapered and middle is broad shape. So that is called a spindle shaped. Then slipper shaped. We know that slipper shape. The body of paramecium is slipper like, which is enabled to move smoothly in water. These are the different shapes. The cells can be in different size and shape. Spherical shape, oval shape, cylindrical shape, irregular shape, spindle shape and slipper shape. In this chapter we learn about what is cell theory, then who discovered the cell, then who discovered the microscope, simple microscope, and what do you mean by unicellular and multicellular organisms. Thank you all.